Hello and welcome to the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, September 15th. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton at the Cumulus Media Center in Dallas-Fort Worth. Thanks for joining us today. After the flooding rains that we had in late August, things have pretty well dried up during September. Only a third of an inch of rain has fallen at DFW Airport so far this month. Just a few isolated storms roaming around North Texas during the heat of the day during the first week of September. A few severe thunderstorms. And now it's dry and getting warmer again. And the main factor in all this is another persistent high-pressure ridge that's trying to move back in. So we're getting summertime temperatures here in the middle of September. Okay, the morning satellite loop shows just a few harmless clouds moving mainly north. They're moving north around the west side of our high-pressure dome, currently centered over the mid-south. So it's going to drift back in our direction in a couple of days, drift back to the west. And you'll know it when we're hitting highs in the mid-90s again this weekend. And our morning radar view is pretty quiet right now, smattering of showers from Idaho and Wyoming and Colorado, spreading through Nebraska, on up into Minnesota. Farther south, some routine rains out in the Gulf, and a few rains through Florida and off the Carolina coastlines. Now, here's something we haven't seen in a while. Even though the Atlantic tropical weather season began June 1st, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and the Gulf of Mexico have all been pretty quiet up to now. And as of today, we have Tropical Storm Fiona approaching the Leeward Islands. Maximum sustained winds are about 45 miles per hour, and it's moving just about due west at 13 miles an hour. And on its current course and speed, it's likely to hit the islands of Guadeloupe and Martinique on Saturday, could rake over the southern coast of Puerto Rico on Sunday. Now, the southern part of the island is more sparsely populated than the north. That's where the capital, San Juan, is. But we'll see. We could also see a direct strike on the Dominican Republic early next week, and then we expect the storm to curve more to the north and make a run toward Bermuda early next week. Things have been a lot busier, speaking of things tropical, in the Near East Pacific, with several tropical storms skirting the west coast of Mexico and Baja, and we can see two more potential tropical storms developing in that same area of western Mexico. And from all I've been hearing from the hurricane forecasters lately, the last half of this hurricane season, and that's between now and the end of November, will be pretty busy. Now, here's the upper-level model for the next week, which shows the persistent upper-level high-pressure zone over Texas and much of the south, and that's good for at least another week. And it's going to hang tough on Thursday, but it may be dislodged by a new cold front later next week, like maybe Friday or Saturday. All right, let's move on to the surface maps now. This is the proposed forecast map for noon today, and you can see the active storm systems are either up in the northern states. But the rain doesn't come down any farther south than the Panhandle. Also, a few scattered showers and storms from the Texas coastal bend all the way over to Florida. Let's move on to Friday afternoon. Again, storms up north and storms on the Gulf Coast, and that's about the size of that. Now, here's the forecast map for Sunday morning. There's a new weather system moving ashore in Northern California, and boy, do they ever need every drop of rain of that up there. Also, rain moving across the Great Lakes region and on up through New York into New England, along with some scattered showers and storms all along the Gulf Coast. All right, we're going to advance now to Monday. The storm system on the west coast continues to bless California with that much-needed rain, with a surface high through the south and east part of the country, and with rain north of it in upstate New York and New England, plus some rain south of that high down in Florida and some on the Texas coastal bend. By Tuesday, the west coast storm system moves into the southwest, with the rain and thunderstorms stretching from Arizona and New Mexico on up through Colorado into Montana. Be a bit of rain in the lower Rio Grande Valley and still some tropical rains in Florida. By Wednesday, it's still pretty much the same thing. Rain over the Rocky Mountain states, stretching up into Michigan, and some rainy weather again in Florida off and on. And as we get to next Thursday, we have a new surface high moving in from Canada, and that just might force a new cold front through the Great Plains into Texas by late next week. And just as we move from astronomical summer into fall on the calendar. Maybe a little rain, and it may be a little cooler, but we're still more than a week away from that potential seasonal change in our weather. So here's your WBAP forecast. A bit hazy today, otherwise pretty nice, with a high of 89 this afternoon, light southeast winds, low 70 overnight, mostly sunny, breezy, and 91 on Friday. Will be sunny, breezy, and 94 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday, and maybe 97 on Monday. So it seems summer's going to hang tough as long as it can before our anticipated change of seasons late next week. Hey, thanks for joining us for the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, September 15th. We'll see you next week. Bye.